I'm Daniel Watkinson, 16, homeschooled. I got into bowling probably from my brother, older brother, because he thought he's working there, he's the manager. And then my coach really got me into it. I was playing with my brother outside, and we have a detached garage that we turned into an apartment. He locked himself in the building, so I ran around the building to the only unlocked window and went to open it, and that's when it broke. And when I pushed it up, I get the foot of me pushing on the grass, pushed it through, and then that cut my hand open, head into the pinky, ring finger, and the wrist tendon in the main artery to my hand.
Through the Palm Bay emergency room. When we went into the Palm Bay emergency room that day, he was the orthopedic on call. We didn't actually see him the day of the accident, but he had us come in the next morning. As a matter of fact, his nurse, Elena, called me like 8 o'clock in the morning to see when we could come in, and I was blown away from the start because I was expecting, we didn't have insurance, I was expecting a hard time getting him in to see somebody, and she called me at 8 o'clock and was like, when can you be here? And we have had excellent care here, and we've never waited longer than 15 minutes to come in and see him when we've had an appointment. That first day when we saw him, because this happened on a Monday, that Tuesday, Daniel and I were all still pretty upset because of his extreme bowling, and that was the first thing I said to Dr. Moyles. I said, he's not just a bowler, he's an extreme bowler. And he asked Daniel how many games a day, and Daniel told him like 20 to 30 games a day he bowls. And he was like, well, we'll do our best. And Daniel just started this past season, was his first high school bowling season, so he was really nervous about being able to get back into bowling and time frame wise what he was going to be able to do. And Dr. Moyles had told him we would shoot for him trying to start bowling in July-ish so he would be ready for high school bowling, but that look at possibly a full year before his recovery would be there. And whatever he did was phenomenal because Daniel started bowling in February, the end of February, beginning of March, and he actually bowled a 300 in league on March 22nd, and he's going to get an award for that. But when we came in that Tuesday, again, I was not sure how we were going to pay for anything, how we were going to take care of anything, even worried about whether the hospital was going to let him do the surgery. And all Dr. Moyles told me was, don't worry about it, it will happen. Be ready Friday, he's going in for surgery one way or another, we'll have it taken care of. And they did, they made everything work. And they have been outstanding, they've worked with us with payments and care. He's very one-on-one with Daniel, he talks to him, just like another adult, and cares about what he wants and where his goals were and what was reasonable. And even when the last visit, Daniel was not still able to work his pinky, he still has the nerve to grow out. So because of that, there's certain things he can't do still because that nerve is regenerating. And he was not able to pull his pinky all the way in yet, which, don't ask me because I'm the bowling mom, but apparently is an important event. And Dr. Moyles told him that, to give it another 6 months or so and see what happens. Oh yeah. I mean, he answered all our questions right up front. He, it was pretty much black and white. He was able to just tell us right up front where to expect, because when we were in the ER, we were looking at his whole dream, his future gone. And all I kept telling Daniel was, don't go there, wait till we see the doctor, you don't know anything. And even when we saw Dr. Moyles the following morning, that Tuesday, he said, I can't guarantee anything till I get into surgery and see what you've actually done. It was kind of an exploratory at the beginning to see what he was going to have to do. And Daniel was his last surgery. He came out and explained everything to me, put everything at ease, told me everything had gone real well, and he had prognosed that pretty much that he would get back to very close to 100%. And he said he couldn't guarantee 100%, but he figured he would get very close to there. And like I said, right now, the last thing we're really waiting on is that nerve regenerating, but it's just time.
Dr. Moyles was awesome. He answered all my questions that I had. I didn't have very many, but he gave me, he got me to ask more questions than I would have. He's very easy to talk to and stuff.